Thanks, Otter. And yeah, guys, I'm just getting used to having this second layer of UI and not being able to switch to cast mode up here. It sort of caught me off guard last game. But anyway, welcome back to the Rising Empires League. Go reveal all. So we're on King of the Hill this time. We're on the pit for last game between Hot Dog is Not a Sandwich. Hell of a team name, that one, guys. So we've got Core here in the light blue trunks. In the Rus. And his teammate, Salami, with dark blue trunks. Also known as Corvus Corax. On the Ottomans. Going for that early military school. We're up against Team Chimps. So we've got Dot, also known as Beastie. Here in the orange. He's playing China. It's already fit in that early village, so it'd be nice because it'll save him a little bit of wood. These things are like a super house, and you can even garrison in them too, I believe, can't you? And his teammate is Marine Lord on Rus and in red. And thanks for that message, Otter. Cheers, I'll check it out. So with Rus on both teams here, you can check up there, Rus on both teams, it's going to be a hell of a fight for the Huntables. And realistically, when you're in team games, you're not going to clear your own hunts unless, you know, you're Rus, you just sort of leave it for both the Rus players to fight over, but then if you happen to see the enemy scout clearing, then obviously you come in and either attack them or try and deny some hunts. So it sort of means our Rus players, if there was only one, you know, they'd get 300 or 400 gold in a 2v2 situation. But having two of them, it's sort of going to play out like a normal game, really. In fact, I suppose they might get slightly more just because it's harder for their opponents to delay. On both, I mean, to deny on both sides, just because it's a slightly larger map, and you know, you can also try and get your own sheep, because I don't think there's actually twice the amount of sheep in a 2v2. I think it's only like, you know, 190% of the sheep of a 1v1. I think, from memory. Could be wrong about that. But it's a massive scout war here, and we've actually got these early spearmen from the military school being put to great use. So it's a particularly handy sort of map and matchup to have access to a couple of early spearmen for free. It makes it very hard for the scouts to stick around any longer than need be, or just try and fight a slightly more favourable fight against other scouts. Two sec, guys. Alright, so we've got a golden gate here for Core. This used to be the go-to landmark for Rus, but these days it's sort of fallen out of favour with the Kremlin rework. So Marine Lord's gone for the Kremlin. And now with the ability to levy the militia, and the fact that it benefits from the bonus lumber drop-off influence, it seems to be the way to go most of the time, but Golden Gate is still a nice eco-steroid in the fact that, you know, it's a market so that anything you overgather, you can trade out, but instead of it costing you, it actually generates your resources. So, being able to, you know, smash the villager hotkey and have villagers on things, but not necessarily pay too much mind to what you're actually gathering is sort of a plus for this sort of Rus style, because you can just trade through resources. But the beauty of the Kremlin, you know, you've got those pseudo spearman unit. Beastie's eager to try and get this boar, but at the same time, I'm going to try and fight against spears and scouts. So Salami going to be able to get a couple of villagers there. Though Beastie, he's pulled plenty of villagers. He's not gonna, he's not gonna be denied this Barbican. It's just gonna cost him a bit of gather time, and he's just careful to not lose too many villagers there. The spears, they really can't stick around. Beastie's gonna be fine to take both the berries and the hunt there. Core going for a fairly forward fortress there. Militia have to retreat or try and support the scouts here. Scout for scout there. And Marine Lord still able to take the ball pretty safely. The fortress is a little bit too far back. Perhaps a tad defensive there from Core. He's going to possibly be able to... Yeah, he can just about afford... Does he still need another 25 wood? Yeah, so he is going to go for one. Start on it straight away while Marine Lord's just trying to take the hunting cabin. So Marine Lord's actually going to have to back off here, try and go for his own fortress. The scout not long for this world, not a lot of health left on him. And Marine Lord, rather than trying to burn down the fortress, he's actually just trying to micro nearly down 2 or 3 of the villagers at once there. So he gets one of them. Ultimately, he's going to have to retreat. Going to lose a villager or two. Looks like Core going to be able to secure the boar. And on top of that, he's got support here from Salami. Got to take out these militia. So Beastie has his Song Dynasty. He's going to be able to get a hell of a lot more villagers out in Age 2 here than the other guys, unless they can squeeze in a second town center. But this is going to be nice free unit generation here for Salami, and he can even get one of these meta units, not sure exactly how to pronounce it because it's Turkish. And that'll be a really nice boost to the mobility. He's already taken the Vizier power to get increased movement speed regardless of which buff he's got enabled. So they sort of go from a single stat boost to a double stat boost to your units. Really quite effective. Tend to get focused down as quite a high priority target. The Core is a little bit slow to get that wall off up and to get the fortress up here. So Marine Lord can be able to chip away to a villager or two here. Ultimately, the fortress is going to get finished. The scout's animation was looking a bit weird there. The CP should be able to finish that scout off though. Marine Lord forced off that boar he's having to gather in between himself and his teammate. Beastie. He's gone for a second town center, so 2 town center and Song Dynasty. His Chinese economy is going to really start ripping ahead of everyone else's here. So if we close this, how's this look? So is that a... Can I switch which ones? Ah, here we go. Did it actually switch whose stats it's... Oh, it just flips which side they're on. Okay, that's annoying. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get used to that new update to the UI. It's probably not new, but I just haven't played all that much, or casted all that much recently. Both Core and Marine Lord are really trailing Beastie and Salami here on score at the moment. Core in particular, I think he's struggling economically here. I mean, he had to commit to a second fortress there. He's going to go triple range actually. Shouldn't say he's struggling economically because he's actually managed to fit in to age 3 landmark. I suppose the score's just saying that he really hasn't got a lot out on the map at this stage. But it's very handy for Salami to be supporting him at the moment with those spears. While also just making sure he can wall himself in. Making himself immune to the raids. This high trade house is in a really nice spot because it acts like a hunting cabin with improved gold gen. I mean, that's not the best score gold gen wise. If you had it in the corner, that'd probably be about double that, which is quite powerful because it's worth as much as 3 relics. But in the short term, and you know, actually, in saying that, if that could fit in there, I think it can fit. So I just don't understand. Well, and even if it can't, he can just chop a couple of trees. So I don't understand why I didn't tuck it all the way in the corner. It's worth a lot more value. Because I mean, it's pretty high risk anyway, unless you're going to wall it in. And then if it is in the corner, it's easy to wall. So I don't know. But Salami starting to pressure the Barbican. Zhugnu going to take a little while to take out the ram there. Yeah, here's what I mean. So Marine Lord is actually putting it in the corner in between him and Core. This is pretty high risk considering he can put it back in this corner over here between himself and Beastie, and it's actually really quite well protected. If they wall that in, it's almost impossible to actually get to. So, but when this finishes, you'll see what I mean with the gold generation. Like 165 gold a minute's nothing to scoff at. You know, it's over a relic and a half, but that's over 3 relics, man. In fact, I saw someone earlier playing 1v1 casted. What was that for? And oh no, it was one of the other 2v2 games. Sorry, and yeah, it was 370 gold. So almost 4 relics worth of value. So Core Warrior Monk on that sacred site, looking to get that gold generation. And Marine Lord and Core going alternate routes here with Marine Lord just massing up the knights. Core going for horse archers. So Marine Lord is on 2 stables. Core on the 3 rangers. So, but the unfortunate part for Core is without a good front line here, he can't really stick around and keep firing. It's not like Mangadai where he can just keep running. And Salami's trying to take out the Barbican over here, but he's actually got a smaller amount of troops here. So I think the Zhugnu in particular would be able to trade quite well against an enemy ranged army. Probably going to have to try and add some more Sipahi in the mix there. So Beastie's in a great spot eco-wise still, even though he's lost his Barbican. I think the Zhugnu should be able to clean up those rams, so Salami probably wants to bring them home. I don't understand why he's just leaving it there to take out the mill, because his rams are worth several times as much. And I know, yes, it's keeping the Zhugnu occupied, but it just seems like a bit of a sacrifice here. Because he's got everything back at home. So I just think he probably should have brought the rams back as soon as he killed the Barbican. Probably could have saved 1 or 2 of them. Saying that he's able to support Core a little bit with these spears. And Core managing to control the sacred site for now. I don't know how many relics they've got without having to check all their bases. That's annoying as fuck. Why can't I just click caster mode? Diversion attempt there. It's not going to work on Marine Lord though. Beastie. He's got his Jugnu upgraded to Veteran. Got some armory upgrades on those as well. Sorry, blacksmith upgrades. A lot of walling here from Beasties. I mean, from Salami. He's taking no chances, and neither is Beastie actually. He's really starting to wall off a lot. He's repaired that Barbican most of the way. Salami taking Castle Age now. Sorry. Yeah, Salami. It's annoying when they're under different names. Beastie about to deny this sacred site though. In fact, Marine Lord's going to park a Warrior Monk on it so he can capture it back straight away. Get some of that gold generation for himself. Cool, I'm going to try and wall off these resources. But Marine Lord, you're going to make sure you can maintain control of these gold mines. The Horse Archers have to fight this really well. Well, this is a scary army here for Beastie, and with Salami sort of walling himself in and spending on it, Beastie's just walled himself in. And now looking to try and push Core, while Core obviously just disengaging from a fight with Marine Lord. So it's going to be very tough for Core. He's going to have to try and hold off 1 vs 2 for a little bit while Salami tries to cut his way through to Beastie's base. Beastie's starting to add a couple of rams. He's already got Nest of Bees. They don't do too bad of damage against the structures. Obviously nothing quite like trebuchets. They're a bit like mangonels in that regard. They're obviously really designed to be a infantry killer, particularly ranged. For his monastery under a bit of threat here. He's going to be getting 300 gold a minute if these guys are allowed to sit in there. But fighting in these chokes in your own base, very difficult against the Nest of Bees, because they're actually going to splash quite well on this ranged cavalry unit. So Salami now trying to take the fight to Beastie, but he's not really doing a lot of economic damage here. And Beastie's got enough archery ranges now that he can really just turn things around here. So I think Salami might have been better off trying to pressure over there, perhaps. While Beastie and Marine Lord are just trying to take Core out of the game, turn this into a 2v1 situation as fast as possible. Force Core and Salami out of the game, unfortunately. So Salami bringing over what he can to help Core out. There's a lot of Jugnu in the background there. And Core tapping out this time. So that's it for Hot Dog is Not a Sandwich, and Team Chimps takes game number 2.